Hello, my lovelies. So I know you're very, very excited to get 2 hairstyles back to back, but this one came by happenstance. So I've had a couple of requests lately for some sort of retro hairstyles, you know, maybe like the 50s or early 60s. Sorry, I'm making sure I don't have red lipstick on my teeth. Retro. Yeah, but a lot of those styles, well, in the 50s, long hair was totally out, you know, really long hair, and pretty much it's, you know, ponytail for us long-haired gals, or something teased, which we don't tease in this house. So I was kind of thinking about what I could do that would look retro, but not involve teasing. And then this past weekend, I had a gig. Those you know, I'm in a band, I drum. And it was outside, so it was hot. It was 80 degrees here. So I was like, I gotta wear my hair up because it is not sticking to me while I'm trying to do fills. Therefore, we need an updo, and I might as well go big, and I tend to go in outfits, costumes, so I went retro, and I came up with this. So that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty, it's actually not that bad. You will need 2 ponytail holders, some pins. I'm going to use magic grips and a couple of bobby pins for the front section. You will also need a bun form. Now, this is the biggest one I have ever found. My sock buns are usually this size. This is a standard sock bun size. I cover mine in pantyhose, so it'll be a little closer. But I found this at Claire's, and you see it's a lot bigger. But this is a big hairstyle. This thing weighs nothing. It's like made out of loofah. So, yeah. And I think it was like $5, so what have you. So anyways, like I said, we're doing a big one. But it doesn't look like a sock bun when I'm done. Well, as you saw, because I usually put the pictures up front. Anyway, so what we need to do is split to the side. Because I just tend to really like a side part in the front. That is my preference. If you would rather have a side or a middle part, then feel free. And it doesn't particularly, why are you being silly? It doesn't particularly matter which side you part on. I have a cowlick on this side, so I tend to part on this side. Okay, now your front portion, right around your ear and up, pull that out on both sides. Both sides. I'm going to get it out of the way by clipping it off here in the front. That is for the end. And now we're going to pull the rest of this into a ponytail. Indeedly, a ponytail. How high you want it is, of course, entirely up to you. I am doing mine fairly high, not, you know, straight on top of my head, but up high at the crown because that seems to coincide better with the retro sort of styling. Also, it does make a big bun, and if I put it any lower, it'll be clear down here at the back of my neck. So, ponytail. Bun form. And just like a regular sock bun, I can actually undo these now. We're going to take the second ponytail holder, fan this hair around, like so. Fan. Try to get it smooth, just so it'll be, you know, smooth underneath. That feels decent. This is so much faster than a million pens, just using the ponytail holder. And then I'm gonna separate it and bring it back. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. All right, let me just check. Make sure I don't have, you know, hair showing. Alrighty, this is what we have. But like I said, like that is totally looks like a sock button, but that's not what we're doing. So get your pins. I'm using magic grips. And what we're going to do is first we'll take this right hand section here. You're going to end up with 4 sections back here. Now the first 2 we're going to twist a little. Just to kind of make them a little easier to work with. Like I'm going to give it just a little bit of a twist. Then I'm going to bring it up and over the center, and then pin it on this side. Up underneath the button. Dun, dun, dun. And with the remainder, I'm just going to wrap gently around the outside and tuck. I'm not even pinning it again. Not yet. Now, the other side, the furthest left, take a section, do a little bit of a brush through. This one I am also going to twist just a bit, bring it up over the center, here to the front, and pin. Up underneath, and I'm going to wrap like so and tuck. Dun, dun, dun. So far we should have a little X over the hole in the center, which we do. Yay! All right, next 2 sections we are bringing up and over. So split into 2. These ones we are going to try and get away with not twisting. Just because we want them to be smooth. So we're going to bring it up to the front. Smooth. Oh, gotta try and get it to keep its shape a bit. Watch, this will be one where it was super easy when I wasn't trying very hard the other day. Of course. Now we might have to give it a bit of a twist. Bring it up. Now, when you do get to the front side, I am twisting because if you look at the ends of this magic grip, it's got a hole. So I'm going to separate around this little twisted section so that that hole will hold all of the hair. And then gently wrap around the outside and tuck. Okay, let me see. Make sure it is fairly smooth. Yay! And the last section, which hopefully you will be able to get as smooth as can be. At least that's the way it worked out when I did it. I'm going to bring it up. Fan a bit, just a bit. Not that much. Kind of, there we go, to the front. As you see, I'm trying to kind of fan it out a bit to cover everything underneath, and I am separating and pushing it in here to the other side, and then around and tuck. I'm not even adding pins when I tuck because we do that, you know, next time round. Oh, that is definitely not as pretty and neat as I did the last time. Oh, we'll fan. Better. There we go. So you see we get more of a wrap thing happening. Luckily, if you go back to the beginning and saw the first pictures, that was what I did this weekend. So you can see it does turn out really pretty. Part of the problem, I think, is that I have braid waves today and didn't then. Oh, so with the right hand section, or the smaller portion, I'm going to not necessarily rope braid it. I'm just going to twist back on this side, twist, 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 only about that much, and then I'm bringing it down, and up and around, and around, and around. That we'll need a pin. Pin. And the other side, I'm going for not quite a victory roll, but I am going for a roll. So I just kind of roll it back like this till I've got all of it, and then I shove until it's big, and then I use a bobby pin to make it stay, hopefully. Usually last time it took 2, so I'm going to assume that it will take 2 this time. There we go. And gently with the end, just so I don't mess anything up, I'm going around underneath, here up top. Now, when we get to the front, I'm going to try and smooth it kind of fat, like so. Yeah, this worked so much better when it wasn't super wavy, but that's okay. Bring it up, and I will have to bobby pin this end because it's a little skinny scrawny. Bit of an end. There we go. Now, for my bangs, I actually use hairspray because they're pretty wussy right there in the front, and the hairspray will actually hold them. I know you don't see me use hairspray very often, and I do usually only use it on my bangs because I cut my bangs, so it doesn't matter. All right, now to dress it up. Oh, by the way, here we go. Hopefully the back is holding up okay. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's not quite as awesome sauce as the first time, but you get the idea. I have these really pretty dragonfly barrettes. So, I'm just going to kind of put them through here, and one through here. There's my end of my barrette, like so. I also have these little flowers which are cute, so let's put a little flower there, and we'll put one over here to make it a little more sparkly. Alrighty guys, there we go. Very retro, I think, especially from the front. But as you can see, it is big, which is nice. I like just every now and then having something large. It's good to have one. Mine is definitely more to the back. You can move it up top. I'm actually going to attempt to do a beehive with no teasing sometime soon, which will involve more of these forms. But I'm gonna have to mess a little bit so I can make sure it looks the way I want it to look. You know what I mean? But I figured, why not? That sounds like fun. So, anyhoodles, I hope you enjoyed today's retro style. As you can see, there is absolutely no teasing whatsoever. None. Little bit of hairspray, but that's because of my bangs. If you don't have any, they will probably stay. I just had the few in the front. Anyhoodles, haha! I hope you enjoy this one. I hope you try it, and I hope you have a great day. Alrighty guys, I love you. Bye!